I am so blind. What the fuck is that?
I'm dead.
I think this is
One shot will do it.
He's up over you. You're still wide, you're left side. Oh.
Nice guy.
I got through.
Yeah, the glass. Oh.
He's in. Nice one.
Friendly. Last operator
What's up, guys? All right, so today we're going to be doing an operator guide on Lesion. So we're going to be talking all about Lesion, how to use this utility effectively, how to perform well as Lesion, and how to rank up and win more matches while playing Lesion. Let's get to it. So first, let's talk about Legion's loadout. Very simple loadout here. So you're going to have a automatic shotgun and the T5. The T5 is an amazing SMG, and this shotgun is very mediocre. It's very mid. So honestly, T5 is going to be your bread and butter. I mean, whatever 1X you like, flash out a vert grip, or you can run an angle grip. I like the vert grip, so I like to keep that thing. Look at that recoil pattern. Oof, it's so good. You're going to rip heads off. Pistol, no reason not to run a suppressor. 60 damage, decent pistol, but I mean, it is just pistol. And then you have source of impacts or bulletproof. I mean, dealer's choice. A lot of time I play Lesion. I'm playing more as a roamer, which we'll talk about later on. But so most of the time I will be running impacts, but you can run bulletproof if you desire. So let's talk about Legion's utility, the goo mine. So basically, when an enemy steps over, they won't be able to sprint. They'll walk like this, can't sprint, and they're gonna have to stop and pull a mine out of their leg, and it'll slow them down. So normally you're gonna place it like you would place barbed wire or banshees, like from Lucy, but added bonus for Lesion is like they physically have to step on it, so you do have the potential of walking around them, but they are hard to spot because they are almost invisible. But if you're really looking for it, very easy to spot for an attacker. So you can pick them up, and you're going to get, I believe, 8 per round, but you get them in after time, so you're not going to get them all at once. So the longer you stay alive, the more mines you're going to have. So let's say I'm playing Lesion, like let's say we're holding Hookah and I'm playing Lesion at Penthouse. The one thing that I'll do as Lesion, I'll like place, like as I get more mines, I'll place like a mine at the door, I'll place a mine here, and then I'll play back here while waiting for another mine. So we place one on the white staircase, and I'll know if they ever go into Penthouse, they'll probably hit that Lesion, or at least probably shoot it. So I'll hear some type of audio cue. So I like putting a hole here so I can hear the audio, or I can interact with that mine. Maybe put a hole here. And I'll be able to shoot towards that mine. Then I'll put one in here. So one thing I like about Lesion is a lot of times you'll lose in ranks. You'll lose to rat plays, and what a rat play entails is like when your entire team's focused on like the default push. So the default push being like, let's say when you go through Aqua as an attacker and you plant by the A bomb, that's the default push. But so your team's gonna be mostly focused on that push. So Lesion, you're going to be focusing on everybody else. So I'll be placing mine, holding the corner, like side of the map, to not let them have any map presence over here at all. So I'll throw mines in the doors as I'll play aggressively. You know, if I know they ever mess with that, I know they're in the area, and I'll be able to interact with it very effectively. But why I like to run impacts on Lesion, because let's say they hit a mine like at that bathroom door. Remember that one that we placed? And you fight them. So I'll be able to jump on them. Let's say they hit the mine. They'll either have to push forward with a mine in their leg and have to pull it out while exposed in the middle of Penthouse and you kill them, or they're gonna have to go back here and pull it out. And either way, let's say they pull that mine out, impact the wall, you pre-fire, they don't see him, so you run over here, and you're probably killing somebody. This works at basically any elo. I'm including champion in this. Being aggressive around your mines is the key to playing Lesion, because I'm gonna be honest, there's not much of a point of playing an operator like Lesion versus like Melusi, because Melusi, let's say, first staircase has a lot more radius. You don't necessarily have to step in it, and like let's say like here you place a banshee right here and it covers this entire door. Lesions I have to throw at the door, or like at the 90. By the way, I haven't been picking these up. This is how many mines you get a lot. So let's say they shoot this one, or they'll like come in, they'll hit a Lesion. So one thing I like about the Lesion is that about every 3 to 5 seconds, they're going to take up 10 damage until they die. or they have to pull it out. So when they pull it out, they're basically putting their gun down, making a very loud audio sound that they are pulling a lesion out of their leg, and you're going to be able to do whatever you want to them. They will be able to stop it whenever they want, but they'll still have a lesion in their leg. If they have to physically pull it out, or they're going to be in trouble. We kind of mentioned this. When I play Lesion, I'm playing more like either the hard roamer or a soft roamer. So hard roamer being playing really far away from the site, like playing downstairs. Soft roamer being more like I'm playing fairly close. Like I have angles on to the site. I'm pretty close to the site. So I'll play mostly like in this position, like if we're playing hookah. I'm playing like this, like so, holding this side of the map while the enemy tries to push forward. If they push through aqua, then I can take pot shots from here, having a crossfire with my teammates from sight, or they push penthouse, I can fall back or play aggressive on my mines and find picks that way. So one thing you have to take in mind when you're playing aggressive like this, you need to make sure you're watching what's happening at site, because if you're playing really far from site, if they go for a rush, the attackers go for a rush at the site and you're like caught sleeping. So make sure to be vocal with your team on like where the push is coming from, because if it's not coming your side, don't be afraid to rotate over and throw some more mines over on that side. So now we're going to show you guys some gameplay while playing Legion. So I'm going to explain why I did these plays and why they worked. So Legion's T5 is crazy good for ripping heads. You can body people down with it. It's 900 fire rates. It's amazing. So I'm pushing up the tower. One hits my mine, so I know that one is to my left and one is to my right, because I put a mine at the tower door. This is Oregon pushing up the tower. There's one there and one there. I know they hit one of the two. One of my teammate dies, so I play up. So I know take that guy out in like a split second. I mean, look, I wasn't even ready for him, but this gun is nuts. So that guy either had a mine in his leg. I'm pretty sure he had a mine in his leg. Yeah, he did. So you see how he's walking? He has a mine in his leg, so he is playing that really slow because he can't sprint. But you're going to be able to get the jump on a lot of people. It's not going to affect their aim at all, but they won't be able to swing you super aggressively. And knowing that there's one to my left, I'm egging up. So I rotate around after taking that engagement, because these impacts, I like to quote unquote Kool-Aid man through walls. Like so. And I threw another impact on the other side, so that guy's looking. Didn't hear me, so we take him out as well. And we have diffuser. So now another teammate dies. So I think there's one to my right, because now I have the diffuser. So the enemy is completely basically have to forget about the objective and come directly for me. So no one's garage and one was pushing the freezer side. We swing out aggressively, because that's what I like to do with this gun. Like, is extremely strong when you're swung. Take him out. Then holding the angle, waiting for the other guy to have to show up, because they have to show up for that diffuser. All right, here's another thing I don't see that many people talk about, is how to counter a Montane while Legion. So this is extremely strong. So one of the guys hits one of my mines, so I know there's someone pushing, because I'm never caught off guard when I'm Legion, because I'm always playing around my mines in some capacity. So I know someone's coming. We take him out. Throw another mine, replacing it. So Montane shows up. So now Montane doesn't have a lesion in his leg, but I'm trying to get a lesion in his leg as best I can while watching it out for the teammate that's probably behind him. So we're not just play out and we're gonna talk about what happened. But Montane's trying desperately to ADS me because he doesn't want me to run away. But start taking pot shots as I sprint away. I realize that door is open, so someone's probably going to be holding me from that balcony. There's plenty of people left, so I'm like, okay, I can't go back because I will die probably to that door. And they're going to expect me to just sprint away. So if I double back and play really hard, not on the Montane, but on the other guy, and then we deal with the Montane afterwards. All right. We deal with the sledge. Montane ADSs. So this is a tough situation for the Montane because put your shield down and then you have to either melee or shoot. So I know that he's going to either A, he's not going to put his shield down, or B, he has to put his shield down to try to back his teammate up. So I know that he's probably going to go for that. So I try to either go for a knife or I go for a hip fire. So right here, I'm pretty sure I go for a hip fire. We do actually knife the shields. We take him out. So Montane versus Lesion a one-on-one is honestly worst case scenario for the Montane, because if he ever tries to go for melees, I can just slowly back up while throwing Lesion on the ground, because the second that Montane gets a Lesion in his leg, he won't be able to move quickly, and he has to pull it out in front of me, which basically puts the shield on his back and fully expose himself. So Lesion is really strong at take at countering shield players. Obviously not the best like Oryx, but he's extremely strong at countering on just aggro aggression towards him. And then how good this gun is. Look at this. Traded with the Blackbeard. All right, not much to say here. I mean, we're playing against Bolo and some of the TSM guys, so we'll let this play through.
One shot will do it.
Hell yeah. So let's talk. So I throw a mine in mud. He jumps in, hits the mine in mud. So he starts droning, so I know that he's in mud. And I pretend like I run away because I know that he's watching me. I run all the way down the staircase, and then I double back to try to catch him sprinting at me. And we catch him. And then here, so I hear Sense gadget coming out because there's a glass with some smoke. So I know that you can impact this. This is why I like having impacts to counter OSA, then smokes. I mean, you can counter so many things with these impact grenades. So I'm going to throw an impact at the smoke, destroy the smoke, and that guy, I accidentally almost shot my teammate. I missed, thankfully. We take out the thermite. Teammate goes down. Now it is a 2v1. So I have 1 health, and it's a 2v1, and both enemies are outside. So instead of sitting on the predictable angle, especially against pros, you don't really want to sit on an angle like this because sometimes they're not. They're going to pre-fire because they know that you're here. So I wait for the opportunity to swing out aggressively to try to catch somebody off guard. So you guys are going to see that, and that's literally why I did it. I shoot the drone, so now they think I'm on that corner. So I shoot the drone so they don't have eyes on me because one's probably waiting for the other one to drone. I shoot the drone and instantly rotate off to somewhere that they probably don't expect me to be. So one's going to peek with his face. I have to win that firefight, and then it's a straight up 1v1 with the other guy. Got the Sense, and then the glass. It's just a quick thing about like crosshair placement. I mean, if you have good crosshair placement, you are going to have good aim. Just watch this. Nothing here is like incredibly flicky besides maybe the last kill. This gun will basically do its job for you. So just be aggressive and swing and keep your crosshair where it needs to be. When you're playing an operator like this with a good gun, be aggressive, be confident, and you're gonna take people down. All right, guys, that is it for the operator guide of Lesion. So basically, very simple op. I mean, you get mines, you throw them, you walk in them, slows them down, and you can make a loud noise that you can interact, or at least if you can't interact with that person, you can at least hear that audio, so you get that call out, so you know they're not. You at least have someone looking that direction. Anti-rat, think rat traps. Like you have so many, you can place them in doors, windows, jump ins, whatever, and you can place them on the fly very fast, very quickly. Banshees, you have to place down at the start of the round, so you have to plan for it. Can't move them around as much. Lesion, you can throw them on the fly. In firefights, you can throw them quick, so you can be a little bit more interactive with your mines, so you have a lot more mobility. So catching enemies off guard is going to be your bread and butter, and putting your mines on your flanks while you focus one direction at a time is going to be how you perform the best while playing Lesion. You don't necessarily have to roam, but if you are playing sight, make sure you're placing your mines in positions where no one can sneak up to you. You know every step that anyone is around you. Any attacker that is even close to your proximity, you know when they're coming. All right, guys, and make sure to subscribe, drop a comment, leave a like for more, because that's it. Peace out, guys. Daily uploads on YouTube. Let's go, baby.